questions?
Hello, Assalamualaikum, sir.
जी वालेकुम Zoha. जी बेटा.
Sir, I wanted to ask regarding the PechaKucha presentation. So, what I wanted to clarify was that is it supposed to be in regards to our survey or our research we have done so far?
Research, you mean to say that bibliography? An annotated
Yes,
book?
sir.
Beta, PechaKucha, please try to understand that I put these two assignments together, PechaKucha and peer review, because you guys are working towards, forget about what you did in annotated bibliography. Now, the thing that I want you to focus on, I want you to focus on research that you just conducted. And research, when I say research, I must emphasize on the survey research, the active research that you did. And I want you to realize the importance of how to align a research goal with your research objective, and with research objective, how to align your research question, specific research question. Usually the feedback that I gave you, I asked you to please formulate and pose a specific research question and then try to find out the answers. And I'm sure that most of you have done a great job in conducting surveys, and I'm very proud in saying that you have done a great job, all of you. So survey research, PechaKucha is all about presenting your survey research. That's it. PechaKucha is all about presenting your survey research. And some of you were confused in PechaKucha as well. PechaKucha is not, it sounds, it's fancy, but it's a Japanese word, which means that you are going to um, time your PowerPoints, and that's it. And single PowerPoint slide should last for 20 seconds. And you, of course, it goes without saying that your audio should also be comprising of 15 to 18 seconds. So it should in align with the timing should in align with your audio narration and your display of the slides. That's it. And the specific part that I'll be looking into, that how you're going to present your survey research through, and of course you are not going to add a lot of text into it. You are going to talk through your images and your graphs that you developed over the passage of time that you conducted your surveys.
Okay, sir, that makes a lot of sense. So the images we're supposed to add can be like the graphs or the pie charts or the bar graphs, anything related to statistics
And
that we
and
covered.
if you're talking about like child mortality, so you see there should be an image that talks about child mortality or that reflects on child
Okay,
mortality.
okay.
Or if you're talking about women rights or women empowerment, then you see at least make it more pictorial, I would say, in terms of like presenting it, and do not add too much text. But of course, I would all of you to want to again reflect and think about what is your research objective, what is your research question. Do I need to I mean rewording, do I need to change the wording of my research question? And how these how my research objective, how my research question, and how the data that I collected definitely answers my question. Whether it answers your question or not, I'm not really concerned whether your survey would be able to gather the specific data that you required or not. But what I'm interested in knowing is that you know how to align all these three things together. That's it.
Sir, we just
Okay,
we
that
just
makes
have to fill the form for peer critique assignment, or what we have to do.
Noor, can you repeat your question, please? There is a disruption.
Sir, I'm saying we just have to fill the form for the peer critique, or we also have to do something else.
Beta, you have to give peer critique to your fellow on survey only on survey.
What is the second step?
Second step in peer review.
Yes, sir. I'm done with the form.
All right. Once you're done with the form, then exchange those forms with your peer, and then peer will upload there has been a confusion in terms of, like, many of you were asking that whose peer critique I'm going to upload. Of course, your own peer review you are going to upload, not your partners, the one that you the one you receive from your partners. You are going to upload that worksheet. So the second step will be that you are going to get back the peer review worksheet from your partner, and then the third step will be to upload it on Moodle as it is. You don't need to change anything. You're just going to be true to yourself, and then just go to the Moodle, and there is a tab, and upload that worksheet on Moodle. That's it. I just want to know that
So,
what is, and I just want to know that what is your partner's overview on that particular assignment, on your assignment.
sir, we don't have to make the changes according to the feedback.
Beta, you have to make the changes in the feedback, not in the survey assignment that you did before, but I want you to improve on your PechaKucha now. Focus on PechaKucha. You're done with survey assignment, don't redo that. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
If there are certain major changes that would be required, I will ask you to redo that assignment again, or I will ask you to change it a little bit. But I don't think I have gone through the section double C Ramin Sajal's class assignments, and I saw that these guys did a great job so far. So I don't think that there are major changes that you need to do, but I want you to change. If you want to add any change, then do change it in your PechaKucha, and let me know that these are the changes. One slide you can add in terms of, like, these changes I made after the peer review, and this is how I think, this is how this peer review helped me, or it may not help you. Let me know whether it helped you or it may not, and how. Also, it's important to let me know how it did not help. All right, G. Any other question?
Sir, what is the new deadline for the assignments?
Ji beta, I just started with the new deadline. The new deadline is 5th of June, which is 5th Friday. So let me tell you one more thing, that most of you, there are certain, we are going through unusual times, and you see somebody may fall sick, and we cannot control the circumstances. So the one person is going through, we cannot say that the person is making lame excuses or blah blah blah. So what you can do is, you can still ask that person. If somebody is not done with survey research, I do understand, and I gave the leverage, I gave the extension to them as well. So what you're going to do is, you can ask him or her to review your assignment at least. So you better make your timely submission. So once that your partner is done, maybe later on 1 week or 2 weeks, so that person can request you still at that point in time to review his or her assignment. So, but it should not affect your grade or your timing of the submission, because you are done with your work, most probably. G, any other question?
Sir, the changes that our reviewer tells us to do in the peer critique, is it necessary to reflect those in the presentation or not?
Yes, it is necessarily important, because I want to know that what changes you have made so far. And please dedicate one extra slide in PechaKucha on peer review, that did it help you or not. And if it did not, or in any case, let me know. Be frank about it. I'm not going to penalize on that, Habib. I want to
Okay,
know
sir.
that. What is your take on that? G, any other
Fine.
question? Any other question?
Sir, I have a question.
G, Daud.
Sir, तो क्या कहते हैं, I have uploaded my survey onto WhatsApp, right? And when I checked the responses, there was only one response. So is it necessary to get more responses, or and if so, how many should there be?
At least 15 responses. I made it quite clear at the beginning that you
I
need.
know. The thing is, I only got one, so.
So you need to again persuade and
Mhm.
circulate it again. Send
Yes.
email.
Okay.
Send emails. I think you've been not motivated enough to sort of like encourage others. Give incentives.
Mhm.
Have you seen that some people say that, once you fill this survey, you will get this much prize, or you might get
Okay.
Amazon 12
Okay.
dollars. So you
Okay.
see,
So I'll have to use those tactics then. Okay.
not
I'll
really
do it again.
practice, but I would say that at least encourage them, to
Okay.
give them polite reminders and
Hmm.
I'm sure that 15 responses you will be able to
Yes.
get.
So do I have to email them, or should I like just send it through WhatsApp again?
Better use your network. I'm not sure that whether what is your target audience. You want your class
Hmm.
fellows to get it filled, or you want other people.
Uh, um,
It
um,
depends.
uh,
It
the
depends.
people in the class. The people in the class.
Depends. Use Facebook even. Use other
Hmm.
mediums. We are connected
Hmm.
online
Hmm.
via other mediums as well. So please use all the mediums.
Hmm.
And one response is not sufficient, of course.
I know, sir. I know. That's why I'm asking you this question.
Thank you, Daud. See, any other question?
Sir, till the end, I was unable to connect with Sadia, so I don't know what's happening with that. But yeah, I did coordinate with Samawi. But where's
Thank you.
Sadia?
Thank you, Zoha. I'm not really sure where is she. You see, as a teacher, I am much more concerned that because I have to eventually assign the grading, then I have to go through all that criteria, and I actually get very much worried about the people whose work have been missing or they are not showing up. There's a lot of fret going on, and I just pray and hope that everything goes well with her. Even the similar things happening with Osama. Even Osama was like at least showing up, was at least responding through WhatsApp, but now he stopped doing that. So there are different students going through different circumstances, and I don't know what's happening. I have no clue. But at least to those who are listening me right now, I reiterate and I repeat, please make sure that all of you make the timely submission of the assignments and plan accordingly,
Of
because
course.
still we do have almost 3 weeks to go to close up for this semester. So please make sure that you timely submit your all the work, so I can give you the due credit that whatever you deserve for, and it should not linger on. Otherwise, I have to give an incomplete grade. I do understand that you do understand what I'm saying. I
Yes, sir.
hope. Any other questions so far?
Yes, sir, I have a question regarding the portfolio assignment.
Ji, beta.
So here, when you were talking about it, I had some issues with the audio. So could you kindly repeat what you told?
Portfolio assignment is the same that we did in 101. So I just ask you to timely simultaneously work for your portfolios as well. Do not wait for the end, or do not wait for which is portfolio submission deadline is 12th of June. So I think it's 10th of June or 12th of June, somewhere in between. But I want you to simultaneously work for your portfolios and do not really postpone it and put it till the end. You can start working towards your portfolio from now onwards as well, even, and you can submit it.
So, sir, I have a question regarding this portfolio thing. So, like, we collect all of our previous assignments and put them in a folder and send them to you. Is that
Not in a
how you do it?
folder, but in a PowerPoint presentation.
How exactly do we do that?
You
Like,
use
do we do we like summarize the all of our assignments within that presentation? Is that what you
Yes,
mean?
again, I said that I would ask you to use your pictorial and graphic
Mhm.
um, representation and
Mhm.
presentation, and you can scan the document. You can use take the screenshot of that document and then upload it.
Mhm.
Because if you send me in the folder, I already have your assignment, so there's no point in
Okay.
sending me.
Okay.
So
So, how many slides should there be exactly in this? I'm sorry. How many slides should there be exactly in this
now
portfolio?
that truly depends on the kind of work that you did, and it truly
Hmm.
depends on you. I am not going to restrict you. Portfolio is a very
Okay.
personalized self-assessment.
Hmm.
It's a
Okay.
kind of reflection whatever you did. So I'm
Okay.
not going to restrict you, and of course your audio narration is important in portfolios as
Hmm. Okay. So, like, is text included in this portfolio? Like, can we type it out as well if you want?
well. But
Like, what we did exactly in that
will
particular
take a
thing.
lot of time. But it
Hmm.
depends on you, Daud. I'm not going to restrict.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Cheryl is asking, sir, are 15 seconds okay for each slide timer? Yes, beta, 15 seconds to 20 seconds, that would be sufficient, and you need to manage your audio along with it as well. Sir, can you please explain the PechaKucha assignment, please? Do we have to mention something interesting from our survey? Of course, you did a lot of work. Sijal, I remember that you were talking about women empowerment and a lot of such issues. So please, you have to. It is interesting topic, to be very honest. So please try to highlight those interesting points that you. And I'm sure that most of you selected those topics that really strikes you, that really makes you more interested to work, and that is what you're going to reflect in your PechaKucha as well. Or explain the survey. Explain the survey, of course. Explain the survey and mention interesting things. You can do both the things simultaneously. And also, my partner gave me full marks in the peer review, which is absolutely fine. If your partner is giving you full credit, please let me know. And if your partner is not giving you full credit, let me know why not. I am interested in knowing the feedback, not in your marks. Marks I will give you. Also, my partner gave me full marks in the paper, so I don't have to change. No, you don't have to change anything. If absolutely, you don't have to change anything. If you think that you,
Oh, okay.
then you don't have to change it. But still, you see, as a researcher, we are not really satisfied with our work sometimes. We know where are the loopholes. We need to identify, we need to be critical. And I will of course come to know that whether you change anything or not, because I'll be comparing your surveys with your PechaKucha presentations. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
In the chat. Sir, how many slides are required in PechaKucha presentation? Zohit, I think 15 to 16 slides would be
Sir, is
sufficient.
it compulsory to follow the PechaKucha requirements? Okay.
Noor, I would say PechaKucha is, you just have to follow PechaKucha in terms of timing, the add timing in your slides, and that's it. And you don't have
So
to.
you said that our narration can be 4 to 5 minutes, but not the as PechaKucha requirement.
All right. What I'm saying is, Noor, that you have to follow PechaKucha in terms of timing, in terms of time your each slide. But of course, other things you can tweak a little bit. I'm not very much restricting you कि यही करोगे तो number मिलेंगे, वही करोगे तो number मिलेंगे. Um, everybody is with me. All right.
Yes, sir.
So you are not going to be penalized for that. You're not going to be. I'm not going to deduct any grades on that. But you have to time and manage your audio or narration within the given time, and that is what very important. Zohit asks how many slides are required. Okay, ji. How are we supposed to manage all our assignments in one presentation in portfolio? This is what the crux is, and that's the reason I'm not asking you to to restrict yourself till 15, 20 slides in your portfolios. You can add as many as you want, Zohit. One presentation,
Sir,
yes, one presentation. This is what
sir, for the
Ji beta.
sir, for the e-portfolio, are we supposed to add the weekly reflections or like the reflections in accordance to all the activities or assignments we submitted?
Of
Okay, this
course,
is what
beta,
I
you
learned
can.
after this assignment.
Of course, beta, you can.
We
If you,
can, right? Because I
yes,
saw the video
yes, you can. You can add video. I remember your,
and it included all those reflections.
yes, absolutely it does. Portfolio is all about reflection. Portfolio is not about the projection of the works that you did. It's about reflection. It is about reflection, and you are going to write even a letter to me. I remember. I don't remember. I think in 101, you all of you wrote a letter to me, but this time you are going to write a note that how these skills are going to help. I have already uploaded the criteria, so you can go through
Yes.
that. G, any other question? Hina, do you have any problem? Daniel, Cheryl, Beemal, Zian just joined me. Zian, how are you? G, who is this? G, Sijil, I can't hear you, beta. Can you repeat?
Sir, I wanted to ask about the presentation. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So, sir, basically, do we have to analyze the survey report, or do we have to like that we found?
Sejal, I can't hear you, beta. Can you type your question in the chat box?
I
Ji Zian. There's a lot of noise in the background. Can you all mute yourself so only the people who want to, or let me know by raising your hand that who wants to ask question. Sir, do we have to present the survey report as a whole, or do we have to point out something interesting? Sejal, you have to present it as a whole. The survey report you have to present as a whole, and make sure that you also present something interesting simultaneously. So do you have to present the whole report? Yes, you have to present it in the PechaKucha presentation, right? Yes, that's right. Already, let me know who wants to ask a question by raising your hand. So Imad just joined me. Imad,
Yes, sir.
beta, I've been waiting for your controversy analysis paper. You need to revise it and resubmit it. अभी तक नहीं हुआ.
Yes, sir. I'll do it in a couple of days, sir. वही आगे पीछे हो गया.
चलें, please do that, beta, as soon as possible. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
And also of Zan Imran's, and I think yes, only you
Yes,
two.
sir. I've just told them to join. वो आपका मैसेज आया था कि इंटरनेट नहीं चला रहा saw that.
ठीक है, thank you very much. Thank you. And everything else is going good, right?
Yes, sir.
Any question that you have as far as PechaKucha and peer review feedback is concerned, let me know. All right, ji Zohit. Meanwhile, Imad, you can think about your question and let me answer what Zohit is saying. Zohit is asking, sir, I've selected a different topic for my survey on
Yeah.
how am I supposed to combine two opposite topics in one presentation. Portfolio. Oh, Zohit, of course, in portfolio, you get a lot of margin to do and play with. Don't worry about portfolio for now. I got no feedback, so I won't be presenting that right. Yes, Sejal, you won't be presenting that. Sir, could you please give an example of the difference between a research question and research objective and goal? Very good question, as Oha asked. All right, G research goal is something which you have an overarching goal. Which, for instance, let's talk about. I'm working on assessment issues in writing. The students who are facing the assessment issues in writing. So this is what my goal is. This is what my overarching goal is. The goal is that I want to probably look into how assessment is affecting or making any hindrance in the way that students, and it is whether it is helping or not in terms of like completing their writing assignments. So this is probably the goal, the overarching goal. Goal is not very specific. Objective is very specific. So objective comes out of your goal. Research objectives comes out of your research goal. So research objective will be, my research objective will be that I want to explore, and you need to specifically use action verbs. You need to specifically and choose your verbs of the considerate effort. For instance, I'll be looking into whether I want to investigate, whether I want to explore the possibilities of assessment, assessing students' writing skills, whether I want to know their perspective, whether I want to consider writing from different angles, whether I'm interested in knowing that whether what kind of alternative assessment that I'm going to employ, and then what how it improves or whether it does not help them to improve. So my research objective will come from my research goal. Does that make sense? That research goal is an overarching theme, is an overarching area, but objective is a very specific objective. And what makes it very specific um, is the selection of your object of your verb, that what you intend to do. So you need to use certain verbs and words. You need to let me know that what you want to see. For instance, you are going to investigate, you're going to explore, you're going to look into through different prisms, through different angles. And then research question comes from your research objective. So whatever your research objective is, you are going to translate that thing into your research question. For instance, I'm going to explore the possibilities of assessing students using different standards you in their writing skills. So my research question will come from the same research objective. I'll be just using different wording, but giving the same sense. I'll be saying that I'll be using 5 W's and 1 H in research question, but my research question will be coming from my research objective. So my research question can be that what are the possibilities of alternative assessment, and there can be one or two research questions even. So one research question can be what are the possibilities of my students writing skills if I use alternative assessments, and the other research question can be that how these alternative assessments help them to improve their writing skills. Azoha, did I answer your question? So your goal is an
Yes, sir,
over.
you did.
So your goal is an overarching theme. Objective is a very specific verb, and research question is exactly coming from your objective. Provided that you have added 5 W's and 1 H in your research question, and make sure by the end of your survey that whether you have answered your research question or not. And let me emphasize, be very clear on that. I'll be looking into these three things again: your research goal, your research objective, and your research question. I'm not interested in knowing that whether you be able to gather the required data or not, but I want to know that whether you will be able to pose the right question at the right moment or not. All right, G. Any other question? Azoha, very good question you asked. Thank you. G, any other question from any side, any other side? Let me know by raising your hands that you want to ask something or not. Minahil just joined me. I have also recorded. I have also recorded this particular session. Anybody wants to go through it again, they can go through. I'll be uploading it on YouTube, and we'll be sharing the link. Minahil, if you have any question, please beta go on and ask, because then I'll be signing off. Imad, if you do have any question, you can ask.
Sir, I wanted to ask related to PechaKucha, but you said you're uploading the lecture, so I'll
But you
get it.
still can ask a question. I better be answering it right now, because then you have to go through the entire recording. Hurry up, go on.
Sir, basically summarize. Can you just summarize like what we have to do?
You just have to present your survey research, and you are going to time your PowerPoint slides. And according to that, you are not just going to time the PowerPoint slides, but that you're going to also make sure that your audio narration complement with your PowerPoint slides as well. And that's what is most important thing in PechaKucha is for now.
So what's the role of the partners in this?
Partner, of course, you are going to add one slide in PechaKucha that how your peer review feedback helped you or did not help you to improve your PechaKucha presentation. So,
Sir,
yeah, yeah.
regarding this, I'm sorry, regarding the speaker kucha thing, right? But what if we have like some issue with the audio? Like, for example, if I were to send over a slide, but like if I also send an audio file along with it, would that work as well?
Now that's very easy to embed your audio, and you've been
I
doing
know,
it.
sir, but the thing is that my PowerPoint version is like 2010, and I don't think it allows that. So, or maybe it's
All right,
something with my
in,
speakers or something.
in exceptional cases you can, but what you can
Okay.
do is now you can make a
Yes.
video on using the Zoom or I just there was another studio that I downloaded in the morning.
Hmm.
Whatever you feel comfortable, you can make a
Okay.
video and time yourself and
Okay.
upload
20
that video
seconds. You said 20 seconds, right?
20-second per slide
20-second per slide. Okay.
and make that video on Zoom, record that and upload it
Hmm.
on YouTube and share the link with me.
Okay. Thank you.
So Nahil, do you have any question that you want to ask?
Sir, it's all about survey.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is all
Okay.
about service. It is all about. Imad, the role of peer feedback. I was about to answer that. I want you to reflect on, and want to make a conscious effort on what your research goal is, what is your research objective, and whether your research objective complement with your research question or not. So this is what your peer should let you know. This is what your peer should let you know, that whether you are
Okay.
posing the right objective, whether your objective complement with your research question or not, and your peer feedback is very important to make you realize, because this is something is a lifelong skill, I would say, because as a researcher I realized that nobody really guides you later on. So it's very important that at least at this point in time that you should know that how to formulate your research goal and how to relate that goal with your objective and objective with your research question. All right. And later on, you can add one slide and letting me know that this is how peer review feedback helped you or did not help you in your PechaKucha in your survey
Okay.
discussion.
Yes, I
Okay.
got it.
Okay. All right, G. If you have any question, I'll be available on WhatsApp. Again, I reiterate and repeat, please make timely submission, because if you will submit your work timely, I will be able to mark it on time and I'll be able to give you credit for that as well. So please make sure that you submit all your missing work as well. It's never is too late. You can still submit that work. And one more request, that the people I asked you request you to revise your controversy analysis paper. Please resubmit that. So I'll be able to give you your grades as well. So I hope you all will be able to make most of this semester, and I pray that we all stay safe. So on that note, I sign off. Thank you very much.
Sir, one more thing. I already sent you that controversy analysis thing. So, like, could you check it or something?
I have been waiting for other people to also let
Mhm.
me like resend me their drafts, and
Yes, I got your message, and I tweaked it and I resent it again. So,
so I think I uploaded it again on Turnitin and let me check it. So I'll be
okay.
checking it and then I'll be giving you the credit for that as well. You
Okay.
don't need to
Thank you.
worry about. G Sajal, you
Okay.
want to ask something?
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Do you remember the first presentation that everyone did the group work? Like like the very first one.
Oh yes. I considered that. Yes, I considered that as a research tool assignment, and I gave you 10 marks for that. Okay, Sajal? And the people, for instance,
Yes, thank you, sir.
there have been certain people like